Shalom. This is Shalom from the Great Millstone Atlanta Church. Before I get started in this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Radash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. They teach and rule well. Peace, safety, much love, and blessings to the elect of Israel that consist of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And also the Israelite foreigners that's joined to us that look like the other nations. To you I say shalom. This video is going to be, I actually did this lesson earlier. And I didn't think it was proper to upload. So I'm going to redo it, basically talking about the women of our nation. Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. And our women, pretty much our women are terrible overall. We have the worst women on earth, the most undisciplined women on earth, the most hard-headed women on earth. Our women are destroyed. And, they talk about the men this, the men that. No, it's the women. The men are messed up too. So pretty much all week, social media, different brothers in the camp, just different things, the news. I just been hearing about the women of our nation, the dumb and stupid things that they've been doing, especially with their children. So going back to I want to say this was last week. I'm not sure when the incident happened, but early in the week, there was a 17-year-old that stole a car along with a 15-year-old. And the officer caught them in a stolen car, got in a scuffle with the 15-year-old. And the 17-year-old took off in the stolen vehicle while the officer was handling the 15-year-old. Then he came back and ran over the officer, but the officer had a chance to shoot him and didn't. So they were talking about how the officer was a good person for not killing this 17-year-old. But then again, you had people talking about he should have done it. He should have shot him because the 17-year-old actually tried to kill this officer with the car. So they weren't really talking about the teenager as much. They was talking about the parents, mostly the mother. And this is not to talk down on anyone. I mean, it's just this is a proven fact that most men that grow up to be criminals were raised in a home without a father. That's a proven fact. So a lot of the blame is on the mother, because the women of our nation can barely take care of themselves. Yeah, most of them that's single live off the government. Also they get the highest paying jobs. They get promoted the fastest, way faster than men. And I actually lost jobs to women, and they were like big management positions that I lost a position at a job to a female. Pretty much two different times to homosexual females. So, first of all, you're a woman. They try and take care of you more. And these are not my words. These are proven facts. Not only that, when you're a black woman, you seem to move up faster. And then by you being a gay black woman, you're at the top. Everybody is basically handing everything to you, because that's what this society um, that's what this society pushes for. They big on homosexuality. But anyway, back to the main subject. The women are messed up. They got it good. They have good men, but they're ever since they were given rights, they have been destroyed. Now, I'm not talking about all women. You have some good women. You have some good Israelite women that's in this truth. They know their position. They know their order. But you have women that, make money easy. And you have women that, the Lord blessed them with good looks, and they use men for money. We pretty much call those whores or hoes, nowadays. So being a hoe is a good thing in this time. They're famous. They're in music. They're in movies, entertainment. Being a hoe is a good, is a so-called what people call a good thing now. They put evil for good and good for evil. So without further ado, I'm going to get some scriptures. Salakia for the too much talking, but just wanted to go into why I wanted to do a lesson on this particular topic. Also, just today I was at a restaurant picking up some food, and you had two so-called black women in there. One was going off in the store because I believe she was ignored or something, and she had two children with her, and they were small, and she was just cursing and acting crazy, and then another one came in, and she had a nasty attitude. The so-called black woman, now I'm not just talking about black women. I'm talking about all the women, the all 12 tribes of Israel, the different women, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. But pretty much where I live, it's a lot of black women. So that's what I see most of. And just like I said, just today, there was these two black women. They had nasty attitudes, nasty mouths. They were dressed like, I hesitate to say it, but they would dress like sluts. And that's what people, that's what this government lifts up. They lift up these women that has this slutty appearance. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into some scriptures. Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9 says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech." Verse 10, "Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come." Hey, these women are going to catch hell in that day. A lot of the men are going to fall by the sword because, when this war pops off, a lot of the men are going to get drafted. The Lord is going to take care of his elect. The men of the Lord, they're not going to fight in no damn war of Armageddon. The Lord is going to look out for his elect men. So a lot of these women, they're going to be left alone, with their children. A lot of them are alone now with their children because they ran the man out of the house. So, a lot of these young men that's growing up, that's destroyed, they're destroyed because of the type of mothers that raised them. So, hey, in that time, in that day when everything, goes down, these women are going to catch pure hell. They're going to be selling their bodies. for a sandwich or a can of beans or vegetables or something, it's going to get worse because the famine is going to be terrible. And men not even going to be thinking about sex in that day, especially from a homeless, rundown, so-called black woman or so-called Israelite woman overall. And I'm putting this out there because I want women to hear it, especially not in its truth. Because you're gonna go through some major shit real soon. Real quick, I'm gonna go to real quick. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 28, and I believe it's around 50 something. Okay, kind 56. It says the tender and delicate woman among you. And this is this is talking about the men. He's talking to the men. He says the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eye shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter. So, hey, these women are living up to this. They're living up to this curse to the top, to the T. This curse right here, Deuteronomy 28 and 56, fits our women perfectly because they are evil towards their husbands and their children. Very evil. You see that in the news. I don't even have to go into it. You see that in the news with the Israelite woman being evil towards their children. They are careless. They leave their children with strangers. Children are getting raped. Children are getting murdered. They leave them alone. You had women going out to the club, driving their children to the club, leave them in the car. Women leave their children in the car, and the car gets stolen by a nigga, and now the children are gone. Now the children are missing. And I'm not talking about just, because a lot of people leave their children in the car and go pump gas or and come back. I'm talking about like leaving your child in the car that's 3, 4, and 5 years old, and you're gone shopping for a long time. That happens all the time. So pretty much the Lord is going to start bringing judgment. Not even start. He is bringing judgment, but the judgment is going to get worse. The more the more wicked these women get, the worse his judgment is going to be. And I'm not really up in age, but I'm in my 40s, and going back to like the 80s and the 90s, back then, I would never think that all women would be this messed up in 2021. I never thought that the women would be this terrible. And it all started with Esau giving women's rights. Giving them rights to put their man out of the house and collect, benefits from the government. collecting child support. You have women that's out there trying to find men, with a lot of money just to have a child by them, just so they can live good for 18 years. And that's wicked as hell. Using the child to try and, make money to splurge on yourself. A lot of that child support money don't go towards the children. It goes to the woman. She get her hair done, her nails done. But women don't even get their hair done anymore. They buy wigs. Let me get one more scripture in Lamentations chapter 4. I believe it's around verse 2. Verse 3. It says, even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostrich in the wilderness. So if you know anything about ostriches, they the woman ostrich, she lay an egg with the rest of the eggs with all the other female ostriches. And there's one dominant female ostrich that take care of those eggs. And when the bird hatches, it's pretty much on his own. That's the Lord compare our women to an animal that doesn't care about their young. And like I said before, don't get me wrong, you got some good women out there of our nation. The Lord's gonna have mercy on them. But the majority of our women gonna catch hella judgment. And I'm gonna keep reading. It says, the young of the suckling child cleave to the root. The tongue of the suckling child cleave to the roof of his mouth for thirst. The young children ask bread, and no man break it unto them. It was a young guy today. I'm trying to think, was it today or yesterday? I believe it was today. I rode past them. No, yesterday. They were selling water. You have these 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-olds, mostly males, selling water at intersections and exits. And they make that money, and they try and buy themselves clothes because that's what they hear and they see on TV and hear in the music. They try and be like these idols that's pushed heavily over here. So they try and make money the best way they can. And some of them, they do it to bring the money back home to their mom because the mom is struggling. The mom may even be getting child support, but it doesn't go towards the child, like I said before. So what is the child doing? He's out selling water on the corner. But anyway, I had a dollar. I don't really carry cash, but I just happen to have $1. And, I just passed by and gave it to him. There are really no men out here to take care of these young men. Verse 5 says, they that did feed delicately are desolate in the streets. They that were brought up in scarlet embrace dunghills. Our people's supposed to be a royal people, but now they're embracing the negativity. And it goes back to these women. And the women are destroyed because our forefathers went off and we were cursed because of that. The Lord put curses on us. But these women are going to catch hella judgment. The men are coming back to this truth. You have men in the truth. Their women left them. Their children left them because of this truth. And that's sad, man, because that could have been your salvation. Or that could have been their salvation. and they walked away from it. Verse 6 says, "For the punishment of the iniquity of the daughters of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom, that was overthrown as in a moment, and no hand stayed on her." And we already know about the punishment of Sodom and Gomorrah. That punishment is going to be over here as well in Babylon the Great, United States of America. But it's going to be a whole lot worse. A whole lot worse. You're going to have women getting raped, women getting robbed, murdered, dying of starvation. The plagues are going to hit. The famine's going to hit. Being murdered. And then the last judgment that's going to hit, that's going to completely take everything out, are the nuclear missiles. That's going to be shot by all these different countries, mainly Russia. And that fire that's going to come down to destroy this place, that's going to be that's going to be the last punishment that's really going to take this place out. And you women, a lot of you women are going to be preserved for that punishment. The Lord said that the punishment of the iniquity of the daughters of his people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom. It's going to be way greater than that. So, hey, this is another warning to the women. Get right, or kiss your ass goodbye. Just plain and simple. It's just like that. You either get right with the Lord, attach yourself to a man of the Lord. If you're looking for a man, get with a man of the Lord. Live right, even if you don't have a man of the Lord. Just get right with the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Get into this truth, and the Lord is going to have mercy on you. Of course, you're going to have to change your ways, because your ways are disgusting. I get sick when I look at some of these women. Looking at their ways, the way they act, the way they dress. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there. I pray that this was edifying, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, B'Shem Yahweh Shai, B'Shem Rakak Radash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that taught us his truth. Shalom to the elect.